Alright guys, alright. We are back. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for joining. If you're just tuning in, we've been playing some amazing Undead decks with the new Dread Undead family. It's been a lot of fun. I think we won every single game we played because we've just been very meticulous on it. We've been seeing a lot of fun things from casual, which I'm super excited about. And I really just think this is a lot of fun, a really fun family to try out. Now, I have a second one. And I splashed in a little something here if you want to see, and it's all the way over here because it's titled Undead Umbron. Undead Umbron. Now, as I stated before, Umbron, mind you, we're still playing Xile because Xile is one of the better heroes for this deck archetype, so I just wanted to stick with him. I didn't see any reason we wanted to change him up. Now, for this one, we're playing also Shroud of Night instead of Death Shroud. Now, we're playing Shroud of Night because this one we have a lot more unaligned cards, so we really want our combos to be able to pay for other things. So having double Shadow in 3 of them is super beneficial to us because of all the new unaligned cards that we're adding in, because we are adding in the Umbron family, guys. We're mostly trying to see if Sacrificial Pick is worth it. Now, this card reads, it's Burn XX1, move 1 discarded undead card to your hand. Rotate this when you play an Umbron card. So that to me means like this deck will have so much revival value, really thrive off that undead archetype of bringing things back from the graveyard, just like their main combo does. Really just start recycling almost your whole deck, really see if we can get that engine going. And because of it, Defiler, if anyone doesn't know what Defiler does, is now an Umbron card, guys. Defiler, damage equal to the number of buffs you have plus 2. Now, that's an attack card, and like I said, if we saw our previous game, a lot of these buffs will stick around for like 3 or 4 turns. So your board will get pretty big if they aren't able to mess with it. And then you just Defiler them for like 8 with 6 buffs on the board, which is pretty easy to do, and then Defiler hits them for 8, which will then keep Sacrificial Pit up on the board, which means you can lay another buff, lay Defiler to restart Sacrificial Pick, so it's almost like this buff becomes a continuous buff that stays out there. Now, because of it, I got rid of the Skeletal Rider because we don't really play a whole lot of undead buffs every turn, or we draw, but we want to keep our board big. We want to maintain our board, which is why I kept the 2 Veil Riders in here to keep those buffs on the board. Now, Umbron Thief, another Umbron card. I keep 2 of these in here. 4 damage, heal for 3 if you're low. It's kind of one of those like, hey, I'm on the verge of dying. It's a heal for 3. Umbron Barkeep. 2 healing, draw 2 cards if my enemy's holding more. So, mind you, my ability is to draw. I will want to draw a lot. I will want to keep a decent hand size of like 4 or 5 almost the entire time. But hey, it's an Umbron card. It's a healing card. Awesome. And if for some reason we're playing control, we've been playing buff after buff after buff, really been doing this. We get Sacrificial Pit going to bring back an undead card, so we lay the undead card that we bring back to our hand. Instead of using the ability to just draw, we can Umbron Barkeep to heal and then draw for an additional 2. So that, I mean, we're just basically trying to play the really good, really valuable Umbron cards, and I'm finding that Umbron Barkeep is going to be better over Umbron Informant in this one because our hand size is never really going to shrink down to like 2 or 1, where the Umbron Informant really shines. So I think Barkeep is going to be a solid card in here. And now I think we have, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6 cards in this deck that are Umbron. And honestly, I want to say that's like all we really need, right? Because if we look at all the cards in here that are Umbron, that will go along with it, we have Crude Exterminator, 3 damage, remove 2 beast buffs from the recipient. A little conditional, we can't really control the factor on that one, meh. We do have Fortune Master. Fortune Master, choose a family as the center's play. The other heroes can't play abilities from that family. I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of family decks right now. That's more, like I said, more of a sideboard one, not really a consistent one. It's one that you kind of bring to tournaments to sideboard in. It's not really something you want to lay in your main deck. Mind you, I mean, there's some really good like beast removal cards. I think Thunderslug, Crystal Leech are both beast cards now. Reckless Spirit is undead. What else is there? Pathfinder is nothing. Crazed Bomber is nothing. And Shadow Puppet is nothing. So really, 3 of the 6 you can lay this down and prevent them from having any buff removal for 3 turns. But, I mean, yes, what was it? Actually, Astral, no, not Astral. Nature, Mountain, and Storm. Maybe it's worth it to put it in there? I mean, those are some of the most powerful ones out there. I really wish it had something to do with tech. We could do robots, but robots don't remove buffs. It's fine. I'm getting way ahead of myself. I'm sorry. Mimicking Horror is an undead card. Really interesting. Thought it wasn't. I mean, what other Umbron cards do we have in here for Dread at least? Yeah, Skeletal Rider is a Creeble. That would have been awesome if it was an undead or Umbron. We have Umbron Necrolord. Now, Umbron Necrolord reads, you may move a valid undead buff from your hand into play. This one, like, when I first reviewed it, I thought it was going to be a solid card. I think it was going to be amazing, really good for the high-tempo aggro. But what I've been seeing lately is that your undead cards, like, you for this card to be inactive, to be really good playing, you need to have a pretty big size hand. So, like, you can put this buff into play for free and then do something else. It probably works really good with the Skeletal Rider to have it come into play for free, use the ability to deal 2 damage, and then draw a card or do something else with your turn. But I mean, it's just for 3 turns, you can put a buff from play into free. I'd much rather have the ability to draw a card and then control when I lay my undead buffs to keep my hand size normal, rather than just have it come into play for free and then say I don't do anything with my turn and draw 2 cards. It kind of doesn't balance out. I feel like you need to have a proper board setup for Umbron Necrolord to fully get value out of it. Otherwise, it's just like, if you only have this card and then you lay it and you draw a card, it better be an undead card. Otherwise, it's like, hey, I didn't get to do anything. And that's just one corner when it's done. And then it just becomes a dead card, in my opinion. Now, Umbron Sergeant, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, move all Umbron cards to your hand, put those back in the same order, gain healing. Now, it's not like gain 2 healing for each Umbron or anything broken like that, which would make it good. It's like you need a lot of Umbron cards for this thing to work. And if that's only running 6, and if we take stuff out to put it in, the chances of us drawing the top 3, having them all be Umbron cards, is pretty low. Umbron Sergeant just, it's not where it needs to be right now. Maybe later in the set it'll find a good Umbron family to be part of. Umbron Terror Guard. Now this one is like I'll try it. You are immune to damage while you have 10 or less health. Draw 1 card and this buff expires. So for 2 turns, when you're down pretty low, and we just saw like a lot of games, we were down pretty low. We were like below 10 or that, but then we came back. We were able to recover and revive. So like putting this down, make us immune for 2 turns is like, okay, that just means they have to have this buff removal. And if they have buff removal, like we have a huge board to be valued out of it, I'd much rather have something proactive than an Umbron Terror Guard. Healing, card draw, mass damage output, like those cards are going to be better for us to win. I find that winning is better than stalling. That's a Creeble card. All these other cards don't make much sense. I'm sorry I'm going through all these cards. I just wanted to make sure that like when I built this deck for today, I was perfectly fine with it. A lot of Creeble cards here. A lot of Creeble cards. Very top. Yep, Umbron Barkeep. Now, Umbron Brute. Once again, one of those cards is like, oh no, the combo damage can't do more than 7. Okay, that's fine, but it is a buff. People will buff removal it, get it out of the way, move Sacrificial Pact with it, or Sacrificial Pit, kind of null and voids it. Umbron Marauder, 6 damage to the hero with the most health. A lot of times, like, it's most, at the beginning of the game, it's me. At the end of the game, it should be them. And at the end of the game, when I'm Sacrificial Pit, bringing this back, I don't really want to lay Umbron Marauder, because it'll hurt me. Like, I have so much of this just bring myself back, heal up for a little bit, all this other stuff. I just really want to be more defensive. Umbron Salvager, I don't run any weapons, there's no point in running this. I do run Umbron Thief, and that's pretty much it. So that's why I run these ones, because literally all the other ones are not good. They're not worth putting in here. And if I'm already running mass heavy undead family, I don't want to splash in too much Umbron to take away from the whole undead aspect. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same deck. It runs 2 graveyards, it runs the Fysicus Key, Covetous Shade, Bone Reaper, Shambler. I took out the... No, I still have 2 graveyards. So yeah, I took out the Spectral... Or the... what is the cards now? I'm really bad with the names. I do apologize. I took out the Cauldron Wraiths. And I took out the... I thought it was a poison. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's maybe it is an undead one. Where are you? I will find you. Fallen Guardian. I took out the Fallen Guardian too. Mind you, Fallen Guardian was good. It was 4 damage for 1 card, damage prevention, it's fine. But I'd rather have Covetous Shade. It's card draw. I already have the Spectral Widow, it's poison. I feel like I'm already running a lot of death cards in here, so that's where I kind of wanted to take the death away from. Especially if I'm swapping out, you know, Death for Death, all that kind of stuff. Spectral Pit is another death card that I don't need 2 of all the time. So that's where I'm kind of like, I'd be really heavy on the death. I need to find a death card to take out. That's why I took that one out. Because I want to be able to have a nice balance for when I want to lay my combo cards, my Shadow Form, my Shroud of Night, all this stuff. Now, Shroud of Night, I'm still kind of on the fence of whether or not it's going to be a good card. Yes, it prevents that from attacking me, which is fine. There are not a whole lot, if any, shadow cards that are going to deal damage. Everything I have that deals damage is from death, which is where the graveyards come into play. But I mean, I just, the 2 shadow is really what's selling me on this. Because it's just going to be so good. So good to pay for the other combos. With all the new, or all the 5 unaligned cards, I think my combos being able to pay for themselves are what's really going to be solid here. And if not, I can always switch it back out for a Death Shroud. Perfectly fine. But mind you, it's 3 damage, or 3 turns where they can't attack me. Really help myself build back up. So we're going to try this. We're going to try splashing in some Umbron here. See how the Umbron family really helps the Undead family. For all I know, it just does really bad, and the Undead family is good on its own. It doesn't need Umbron. And Umbron is just a family that has not been worked out yet entirely, almost at all. It's just there for support, but if it can't even support the one class that it's quote-unquote supposed to support with all these cards that help with synergize with those 2 families, maybe Umbron just needs to really get reworked out within the next 1 or 2 sets. I do like the aspect of having families kind of be support families to other ones. I like how the Umbron is supportive of Undead. That's really cool. I think the Kreeble family is going to be a really good support one. Unless they, like, splash Kreeble into some other colors. I think Kreeble's just another very well-rounded, unaligned family that's just going to be supportive to other things. So I think that's awesome. I think that's very nice. I think each class, or each alignment should kind of have, like, one main dominant family. And then kind of like a supportive family can be spread out. Like 3 or 4 supportive families spread out throughout the colors. I think it'd be really cool. Soul of Lord. Interesting. Okay. Okay, no, that's fine. That's completely fine. I mean, we're going to draw and we're going to graveyard. We're going to want his, like... So he's going to say buff because we're... Really? That I kind of question. I mean, I'm Dread. Dread is very buff heavy, just like nature is. I'm kind of wondering why he said that. Sacrificial Pit. Awesome. We're just gonna do that. We're gonna pass. What we're gonna try and do is we're gonna let Soul War kind of rotate all the way out. Be really fine with it. Next turn we can draw like Covetous Shade. Okay, wow, he's being very aggressive. I really kind of like this guy's deck. I'm wondering. Guys, do you see what I'm seeing? You see what I'm saying? Did he try and make an insect deck? Did he try and go to the insect family? I want to know now. I'm curious. I'm very, very interested to see what he did, if he did insect. I kind of want to know. I really do. I really, really do. Are you intrigued? Because I'm intrigued. Monsters Defender. All right. All right. I'm fine with this. I mean, I'm not going to deal damage for the next couple turns anyway. And I'm only going to deal 2. I'll draw. Not a whole lot of shadow out here, I see, huh? I mean, yeah, I think I just... Or do I... No, because I want this to be able to rotate out before I lay Sacrificial Pit. Almost caught myself there. They would have rotated on like the same exact turn. It would have been a nightmare for me. Would have been horrible. But I think next turn is a great turn to lay Sacrificial Pit. Maybe even Shambler too. Really trying to heal himself. Alright. Just do what you gotta do there. Is that, no, that's not an insect. That's an elemental. Okay. Maybe I jumped the gun on the whole, oh, it's a plant insect. In my opinion, I really want to see if insect works. I really think it could. Not so much, but I kind of want to see what it does. Don't you guys? Don't you guys want to sit there and be like, oh man, is this going to do something really cool? And, I mean, I actually don't think, I think we should have drawn first. I admit we should have drawn first. But, I mean, if we lay Shambler next turn, Then we'll get the 4 damage uninterrupted. We'll still have this be able to rotate out and get that thing. We'll be fine. We'll be perfectly fine, guys. Yeah. What do we got going? What do we have? I'll draw 2. Yeah. Is he a mixture of, like, elemental and insect? I don't know. Or maybe he's just trying to build a solid green deck and I'm just looking way too much into it. Could be. Could very well be. Guys, we drew the nuts. I think we're going to Bone Reaper and we're going to Shambler. Really get that buff heavy board going. So that way when this comes out, we can evenly like Spectral Widow and then Defiler, really hit home, really hit heavy with the damage, see what he's got. Maybe he Moss Ridge Defenders again, I don't know. He could just like Reckless Spirit me, kill Sacrificial Pit, and we're like, well, now we're just playing the same deck we were last game. Not a whole lot of difference, but we'll see. Okay, 1 action, 1 draw, 1 action, 1 draw. It's kind of the feeling I like to get into with this deck. Bring that Covetous Shade back to my hand. Yes! Because now I can lay it again. I can lay Covetous Shade again. Guys, guess what? I'm going to Oh, actually, should I Umbron Thief here? Because, I mean, we need a little bit of healing. It is an Umbron card. We'll do it again. Yeah? Yeah. Next turn, I mean, we are going to lose a little bit of damage here. But I think that was actually a better play. That was a much better play. Next turn we can... Ooh, that hurts. That hurts a lot. We're going to take some pain. We're going to take some pain here. Actually, guys, we could just Devour Soul that, right? I forgot we had Devour Soul. It's all the way. We have such a heavy hand. Hit you. I knocked out of the park. Mind you, I think we do. I think we Devour Soul this. Or do we Shadow Form? No, I think we Devour Soul. I think we Devour Soul. Devour Soul's right. Devour Soul's the right play. Guys, Veil Rider. Veil Rider is clutch. See, Sacrificial Pack, or Sacrificial Pit, I mean, so far with what we've been going here, I mean, we've had card draw up the wazoos. We've had consistent damage with all this stuff. I think Sacrificial Pit could be fine. I think it could be fine. Now, with this, I kind of want to bring back Shambler. I feel like that's the better one to bring back out of all of these. And now I want to Shambler and then Defiler. Yes. Six, 7. Really hit you home. Shambler will do 4 and 4. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Mind you, this will draw me 2 cards. Great. What I want. It's exactly what I need. He'll just keep drawing. Perfect. Oh my word. Mind you, we don't have a whole lot. We have 1. Because we've been bringing him back to our hand. Because we've been very consistent with our damage. And it's been awesome. I think we want to draw. Yeah, I think we want to draw here. And then I think... Guys, I think we Veil Rider. Yeah. We Veil Rider. Make sure Shambler sticks around. Mind you, we don't have an Umbron card. Meh. This one card brought back 3 buffs for us. I think that's great. I think that did really well. It was not one of those imposing cards where it's like, man, I really need to kind of kill this buff, otherwise he's going to just get a lot of value. But, I mean, we've just had a lot of value come out of this, haven't we? I mean, we'll get that back for card draw. Really just start cycling through our deck. Maybe we should have brought back the other one for death. But we only have 2 in the graveyard, so it's not that bad of a deal. I mean, we're fine. And then, yeah, we'll just kill you. Just like that, we'll kill you. Good game. Yeah, I think that was perfectly, that was well done. That was a very well played game. Yeah, for that, I mean, what I'm finding is the Sacrificial Pit, it did okay in this deck. Like, it was completely fine. It wasn't anything game-breaking, where, like, our last game, we were continuously drawing cards and having a board presence. It was just like, hey, we're just getting a lot of value out of these buffs that are consistently going to the graveyard because we're timing them so right with our Sacrificial Pit. And, mind you, that one buff brought us back 3 buffs. Our opponent also didn't have any buff removal, so that was another thing to kind of keep in mind. If he did have buff removal, I'm sure he would have eventually removed the Sacrificial Pit. Yes, we would have got some buffs back. Yes, we could have done some other things, but it's like, early game, it's fine. I feel Sacrificial Pit is one of those, like, mid-game to really keep you in the game after your undead buffs have gone to the graveyard, or a late game where, like, you know, you've laid all your buffs, you've done all this stuff, and then after a while it just brings them back after your opponent has used all of his buff removal, and he can't remove Sacrificial Pit, and you just kind of help restart that and really keep your board presence going. Even Carl, how you doing? Man, even Carl can do this, right? Am I right? Even Carl can do this? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't know. Well, they have Covetous Shade. Covetous Shade is awesome. Cinder Branch, what does he do again? 2 damage to your target if you played a fire card this turn. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It wasn't one of the top Mountain Fort. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Yeah. I mean, I think I just want to draw here. I mean, maybe I just Spectral Widow this. Get another undead card to go to the graveyard. Mind you, the Covetous Shade is the clutch card we really want to go to the graveyard. So we can Sacrificial Pit, bring that card back. Sacrificial Pit might just be a Veiled Rider for late game after your cards have already gone. Which one do you want to rotate? Okay. That's fine. He's probably thinking like, oh, he's going to Veil Rider and get a really good turn setup for next turn. Let's rotate that one forward so it goes out. I really don't. I'm sorry. Nice move attack cards. Yeah, no drama. I'll just take it forward. Take it forward, man. Alright. Yeah, I think we're just going to Covetous Shade again. We're just really going to get that card draw going. I kind of don't want to lay Sacrificial Pit until I have at least one Umbron card. That's another thing that I'm feeling. Last game I had, you know, one in my hand. I was able to draw more. Hopefully these Covetous Shades will help us bring it. But I mean, he could just Crystal Leech right now, kill my 2 card draw engines, and I'm done. That could be a really good value for him. And I'm just like, wow, that did not work for me at all. I'm really curious as to why he's running. He's probably running these because he's going against a lot of aggro. I'm sensing he's going against a lot of aggro right now. Anyone else kind of getting that sense, that feeling? Ooh, okay. Well, I mean, Defiler's going to get moved back because it just is. Which means, yeah, I kind of want to just Bone Reaper here. Yeah. He's going to move Defiler back. That was a bit of a bummer. But I mean, if it's got to happen, it's got to happen. There goes one Umbron card. And he's like, oh, okay, he's playing some Umbron card. That's pretty cool. 6 damage. All right, I'll take the 6. I'll take the 6. Now, mind you, I can Shadow Form also. Get my healing back up. Looks like I'm running pretty low. He also has not... I mean, he could just hit me for 2 with his ability. That's what I thought. He really needs to get some card draw going right now. Really needs to get that card draw going. But I think I'm fine if I just draw and then lay Graveyard. Yep. I'm fine on this play. I'm really fine on this play. Get my Graveyard in there. Hopefully this will draw me some Umbron cards so my Sacrificial Pit can stick around, really give us some value. I've got some really nice undead buffs in the graveyard that I'll want to get back, obviously. Cool, cool. Do what you gotta do, man. Everything here is for you. Nope. Alright, no Umbron yet. Alright, what's 5? We'll draw a card. Maybe. There we go. And, I want to say that I kind of Shambler. Yeah. I really start plugging away at this thing. Depending on what he's got next turn, I can Shadow Puppet. If he does like a Draga Scorcher, no, nothing. Okay, that's fine. Completely fine, man. I mean, I'll see what I have going here. Yeah, take that away. Clock ticks life away, man. Clock just keeps on a ticking. Yeah, I think I'll draw and then I'll lay a Bone Reaper. Another Sacrificial Pit. See, now I'm just like, maybe I'll just lay one, just to lay one. Really bring my Covetous Shades back. Oh my, what's he? Scorched Earth. Okay. That's a Shadow Puppet target if I've ever seen it. Really? An Umbron card goes? Come on, man. Come on, man. But I mean, yeah, I'm just... Actually, should I Devour Soul that? I think I should. It's only one target. Come on. Play with it for that. Heal for 8. Remove that buff. Combo for combo. I'll take that any day. 4-cost combo for a 2-cost combo. Just like that. Just like that. And the deed is done. And there's an Umbron card, guys. Now I can Sacrificial Pit. Won't feel too bad about it. Not feel too bad about it at all. Heal 4, awesome. Awesome sauce. Just kind of, you know, draw. Sack Pit. Yeah. Next turn we can draw Shambler. You might have a Crystal Leech. Still no Crystal Leech. Okay. Now is this reduce healing to others? Yep, reduces my healing. I'm already so high on the healing board. I don't care. I don't care at all. You do whatever you gotta do, man. Oh no, I can't like combos. Oh no. Shame. Everything's going downhill. What's gonna happen? It's fine. I'm gonna Shambler and draw on Shambler. Oh, another Umbron card, guys. Another Umbron card. Because I am just that good. What do you got? What do you have? An Everrock Racer. Okay. Now, is this it's an attack card. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That is fine, man. I'll hit you for 4. Get a buff back. Really make you kind of hurt yourself a little bit. What do I want? Do I want a Shambler? He has not been very... I think I just want a Shambler, yeah. I mean, I've been fine on card draw. 4 damage. Put Shambler out there. Lay a Defiler, because I have the Mastery in Death. A Mastery of Death. Have this deal 7 to you, put you down to 7. Boom. Next turn I hit you for 8. What do you got? What do you got? See, now I also feel like with the Umbron package, this deck does feel a lot more spiky. Like I've never felt like I needed to consistently draw and do all this stuff. I feel like this is, I don't know, I can't really rate it because we have not seen any buff removal. No buff removal from those 2 opponents whatsoever. Both games I finished like in the high 20s of health. And it's because my Sacrificial Pit was just generating so much value for me. It was bringing buff after buff after buff back. And I want to say the Defilers were what really was like clinching this for me. And I kind of want to just like go into this and edit the deck out and maybe put in like a third Defiler. Maybe the Defilers are just like what's been doing it. The Umbron Barkeeps I don't really need. My Barkeeps, I've been drawing cards every turn. I've been doing fine like that. So yeah, maybe the Barkeeps are what I don't need. The Umbron Thief and the Defiler are the cards that make this deck work. Get in there, Defiler. Umbron Thief, where are you? There we go. 4 damage. If you have more health than me afterwards, I heal for 3. It's just a really good, like, hey, against aggro, back and healing, why not? But yeah, I think those are the fine ones to have. I don't think the Barkeep, for this deck, it needs it at all. The Barkeep, I didn't need one lick. I mean, yes, it is a defend card, so if we go against cards like that where they move back attacks, I'll be a little bit bummed. But I mean, Defiler was such a clutch card. Defiler, with the mass damage that it was able to put out, I really think helped us win that game with the 2 Sack Pits. Now, Sack Pit, like I said, we just had the one out there and it just continuously stayed out, which then made Defiler in the graveyard just really, really hit home. So I think this is it's a really solid deck. I like this archetype as well. I think Umbron is a good support one just for Sack Pit alone. Just for Sack Pit alone. Defiler was already a good card in a very buff-heavy deck. Which is what the Undead archetype is. It's a really, really buff-heavy deck. And I'm having a lot of fun with this whole Undead family. Splashing in the Umbron was a great idea. I think that's a really fun archetype to do too. I think there's no right or wrong deck to play here. Both of them are really fun. Kongon? Or is it Kong On? Kong On. Now, Sky Slayer Vandal. I have been seeing some insane burst turns. Awesome, we got the Abyss Hoarder first turn. Solid card draw. Now, I think in this deck, I also run 3 of these, because getting these out is just so crucial to us for our early game. Yeah, I'll take it all day, every day. No, but Sky Slayer Vandal, every time I see this hero, I have seen, like I've been saying, immense... Oh, that's kind of a bummer for him. I'm sorry, dude. Just immense spike turns with the Flamemare Prowler. And cards like that where it's like, hey, I lay a combo with Gravity, rotate this, I'll get in like 2 additional actions, really start hitting you home for all this damage. And I'm like, wow, I'm just like dead, aren't I? I took like 25 damage to the face and couldn't do anything about that. Like, it's pretty nuts how much burst damage this thing can do. And with Astral, everything you do is also drawing you cards at the same time. So it's never like he just wastes his whole hand and if he doesn't kill me, I have a few turns to recover. No. He does all that damage and then he has like 1 or 2 cards in hand to kill me afterwards. Sunstrike, there we go. 7 damage. I'm going to take 5. He gets 2 additional actions, because 1 from that card and 1 from the Prowler. And there I just took 12 damage. Now he has 2 actions. Okay, maybe he's just doing... See, just like that, he gets 3 cards. That, like, it's such a good value. I almost want to just, like, Umbron Thief. Just to kind of not die. Did I use... There we go. I thought I used my ability. I was like, did I just not use it? But you know what? I'll take the risk. I'll take that risk. If anything, I do have Devour Soul. Mind you, Shroud Knight... I don't think Shroud Knight helped us at all. I think we're fine going back to the other combo. I think that the prevention one is going to be more fine. 4 damage, draw a card. Okay. What do you got? What you got? Mind you, I do not want him to get any buff on the field. If he has a buff, I'm going to Devour Soul and I'm going to Shadow Puppet that thing. Because I do not want him... Okay, Lunar's on top. Which means he's going to be trying to do something. Which means I am terrified. I kind of want to Umbron Thief here. And I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. Next turn I draw 2 unless he has a Pathfinder. Pathfinder does require Lunar, doesn't it? So yep, I was gonna say he's probably gonna Pathfinder me. Oh, he's gonna let me draw. Okay, that's completely fine. Drawing is more important to me. Paralysis Bug, I cannot wait till you die. I cannot wait. I'm gonna give him the Wail. I'm just like, that hurt a lot, and you know it. Hello, now I want to squelch you. Now I just want to say, yeah, now I'm just gonna heal. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. I'll just heal. Damage prevention from attacks. Are you gonna Pathfinder me again? I don't get to draw. Paralysis Bug, that was a clutch turn for him. That was a clutch turn. Sunplane Charger, okay. I'll heal for 3. You know what? I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'll heal again or draw again. All right. Now, mind you, we'll see what he's got going here. I kind of want to, with Shadow Puppet, I want to be a little greedy. There we go. There we go. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. I don't want you to get card draw either, buddy. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Use my ability to draw a card. You shut me down. There we go. But, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now, he's only used 1 Pathfinder so far, and he can get Pathfinders back in that deck. Sacrificial Pit. This might be the game where we see just how good Sacrificial Pit is. Another Sunplane Charger. Okay. That hurts. That stinks a little bit. But we'll take it in stride. Yeah, we'll go for our last 2. Not bad. We'll put Sack Pit up. See what he's got going. I mean, he's either going to, like, buff removal it, or he's going to try and have a big swing turn here soon. I just drew another Shadow Puppet, so that helps us a lot. We'll see. We'll see what he's got going here. Okay, he's got nothing. He's got nothing. Yeah, I mean, it's going to hit for 4. Rotate back, because gravity's on top. Ooh, mind you, we don't have any death. We don't even have a whole lot of undead cards left, do we? That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, I think we'll just draw. Veil Rider. Wow. All right, guys. Come on here. We can do something, right? What do you got? Probably gonna deal 4 damage to me. Yep. You're a very impatient scholar. I will admit that. Okay. Now, I will return a Covetous Shade. I will lay said Shade. And I will Umbron Thief, if I can. Maybe I can. Restart that. 4 damage to you, heal 3. Staying in this game against a very aggressive, very spike damage Astral deck. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. We really, really need to draw some death cards. We also need to get some undead buffs in the graveyard. We only have 2. Raising the Dead isn't that good right now, surprisingly. Now, I have another Shadow Puppet. Have I used... How many Shadow Puppets have I used? I have used 1. That is just not good for him. That's twice in a row it's happened to him, and that's just kind of... There it is. There's the buff removal. He just does not like us. we need to do something here. We've got all of our tech cards. No damage, no anything. That Shambler's fine. Put Shambler out there. That's 2 Pathfinders from him. Mind you, we're gonna take some pain. Okay, take some pain. What do you got? See, I'm waiting for those big spike damage turns, and I'm thinking I want a Shadow Puppet soon, actually, because of like everything that he's allowed to do and able to do in that deck. I mean, what he could do is he could just... Has he done his 13 damage combo? Has he done his 13 damage? No, he's not. I mean, he's got 10 damage combos, he's got 13 damage combos, he's got so much stuff he can do. But I also want to Veil Rider. Like, I need to Veil Rider here to keep this buff on the board. Next turn I can Spectral Widow, Shadow Puppet that thing if I need to kind of help me stabilize just a little bit, if anything. But yeah, that buff has done 8 damage to us so far. Okay, maybe he lays that one. Tries to go super gritty. No, he's gonna want gravity on top. Yep, another Pathfinder. Wow, man, just wow. I mean, he drew his other white mane, and that white mane is what's gonna kill us. I mean, I think we just lose this one, because this one we were very tech heavy. We were very tech card oriented. We need to draw another shadow card so we can raise the dead and try and come back in. We could just die right here. We're probably just going to die right now. So attack cards. Yeah, I mean, Astral just has so many answers. Astral is just such a strong class. All on its own. It's just so hard to get around. It draws cards while dealing everything I don't want it to do. Like, it's that difficult to handle. I mean... Yeah, I really gotta hope I start drawing... I need to draw more Undead and Shadow cards. Raising the Dead right now is what's gonna kill me, because none of my cards help me against this guy's deck. This guy's deck is so strong. I think I want to highlight it because I mean, like, it's a deck archetype that's gonna be up there in just immense damage. Okay, maybe I just need to draw one more death card. Maybe actually laying that card was my downfall. Maybe if I drew a death, next turn I could have raised the dead and still died, because he's gonna just massively damage spike me right now. And there's not a darn thing I can do about it. Yep. Mind you, I can Devour Soul that. That's probably my only chance here, is Devour Souling that card. Heal for 8, remove that buff. I mean, it's what I gotta do. He's got so much card draw, so much damage in his deck. I really honestly don't think there is a way for me to come back from this. I'm just staying in by the grit of my teeth, and maybe that's what I do. I just kind of stay in it as much as possible. Don't let him get those spike turns on me. He's used how many Pathfinders now? I'm seeing 1, 2. He's used all 3 Pathfinders. He's used all 3 Pathfinders. Mind you, this thing is just... That thing's gonna kill me. All on its own. Because he's not going to almost do anything else except for just let it tick for 4 and 4 and 4 and 4, and I'm just going to die. Now, what I really need to do here is I need to... Man, have I used all my Shadow Puppets too? I've used 1, 2... No, I've only used 2. I've only used 2 Shadow Puppets. So I need to, like, clutch draw a Shadow Puppet real quick. Draw 3 cards face up. Each Solar deals 2. Okay. And let's rotate that forward. Cool. And 1 more. Lunar heals him for 2. 2 and 2. Okay. Yep, Gravity's on top again, so this will re-rotate. Like, so clutch. So clutch for him right now. Well, I mean, it's what I gotta do. I need to keep this on the board. I need to get that healing consistently with his damage. Just don't laugh, dude. Laughing is rude. We were having a good game. Why you gotta ruin it by laughing like that? Why can't you just, you know, good game or something like that? Why do you gotta be a dick? I thought we had a good game going here. Oh. Well. I mean, that's how that game goes. You had all the cards in your hand, you had everything. Yep, Gravity Bubble, you just drew that. Yeah, I mean, he has a solid deck. I really like this guy's deck. I don't like that player for mocking me like that. I like the deck. I think that deck is a strong deck. I think what I want to do is I want to play 1 more with this deck. Then I actually want to try and build that deck. I want to try and see what that deck is all about. All the synergies it has to it. I mean, it seems pretty pieced together to me. Seems really, really common sense. But I just want to, you know, play 1 more game with this, really highlight the Undead. Yeah, and then I think, like, the last, I don't know, last half hour, I'll just try and build that deck, and then I'll call it quits for the night. So I'm kind of getting sleepy. I've had a long week of work. I got 3 more days of work ahead of me. I'm just like, sorry for that. I know I've been gone for a week. You guys expected me to stay on longer, but I think, you know, it's just a casual Wednesday night. I think I highlighted 2 really good Undead decks for the day. That deck was a really cool one. I think I want to copy it. Not copy it. See if I can break it down, see what it was all about. But yeah, I think just solid card, solid card. I really like that buff that just, or combo that just literally draws you 3 cards. It doesn't have to do a whole lot, just refill your hand. I mean, that's really all it is, just refill your hand. But yeah, so I'm seeing the downside of this was the people preventing me from sack pitting. Clayan Gamer? I don't know. Hello? Hello. How are you today? So I'll draw, then I'll probably do a Covetous Shade. There's a sack pit. I have both my sack pits, but no Umbron cards. So, yeah, basically what I've been seeing is the pure Undead deck that I built before is a lot more consistent. It does bring you down in health and kind of stay down there for a little while this Sacrificial Pit, the Umbron Undead deck, has really spike damage, really spike heals, but that comes from your opponent not doing anything to you. That comes from when your opponent literally just goes, okay, I'm going to let him do what he wants to do, and that's the game. But it has potential to just really knock you out of the park. To just really go, wow, that was nuts. That was a really good turn. All of this stuff. But it does require you to have a powerful hand. And I think that decks, more often not than that require a lot of build-up and just aren't consistent, are... Is it worth it to Shadow Puppet that? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I'm looking for more damage ones. Cool. Very cool. But yeah, going back to that, I'm thinking that this deck, like I said, is very spike potential, very good. Just wow, how did I come back from like an 18-point deficit, turn that whole thing around, really make you just go, what just happened? As opposed to the other Undead deck, which just consistently dealt damage, really ground its way up, built the machine on the board, and had the machine going, where it wasn't like anything really threatening, where your opponent was like, wow, I'm gonna die if I don't remove this stuff. As opposed to Sacrifice Pit, you remove that, and I'm like, well, okay. I also felt like it was a dead card if I didn't even have an Umbron card in my hand, because I was like, okay, this is on the board, I have basically 1 turn to draw an Umbron, maybe 2 if I use my ability to fetch for it. Attack card, Shadow Puppet is the only one. Okay. I mean, he's gaining up for something. I'll give him that. I mean, I'll draw first, see what I get. So I get 2 cards out of it. I mean, kind of have to, don't I? Kind of stinks that I have to Shadow Puppet these 2. I didn't have any other attack cards to move. It was just that one. So maybe it wasn't worth it. Maybe it was. Maybe I should just let it go. But it was more card draw for him. Maybe I helped send him back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out eventually. I am drawing 2 more cards with this. Okay. Well, Veil Rider came up way too late. Let me draw 2 more cards. Okay. I mean, I definitely want a Shambler. Yeah. Next turn I want a Spectral Widow into Veil Rider. That was really weird. You didn't need to heal. Especially if, you know, are you going to use your ability? Like, draw first and then use a card. Very weird. Very, very weird sort of plays. I wonder what he's doing right now. I wonder what in his mind he is thinking. Just draw one. Interesting. Maybe he's going to combo me and I'm going to die. I do not know. Well, I'm basically order, but I mean, he didn't use his ability to draw. So it wasn't necessarily an order, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what to do. He's, okay, now he's just kind of drawing, waiting out his turns. Cool. Good for him. Good on him. 2 more damage, cool. I'll go for it, man. All the way to Browntown. I will also draw. I think I'll Graveyard. The next turn, I will Graveyard Shambler. Really try and get good value out of this. We'll see what we come up with. He's gonna Crystal Leech me soon. I can almost guarantee it. He hasn't laid a single one yet. Mountain Breaker. All right. A new card. I love it. Instead of just seeing the old Mountain set, we're finally seeing some new cards from KIndred. I'm a happy camper now. Everyone look at no. Pop up our tent over there in the backyard. We're gonna play some Light Seekers. Yeah. I mean, we could just Shroud of Night. Make it so he can't attack us. I will teach you. I will teach you, Clinky Zick Mickey Mouse. How do you set that part? I can't really read it right now because I'm on a timer. But I want to say we Shroud of Night here. And make it so he can't attack and go for a kill. And we really just try and... yeah. Next turn we let Graveyard Shambler. See see what he's got. Really hit home. Mind you, this thing is legitimately only here to make it so he cannot attack us. That's all it is. That's all this combo does. For the next 3 turns, he can't attack us. Which we're kind of low, which is fine. Ancient Miner, he's just going to draw cards too. That's fine. It's fine by me. He will do what he needs to do. He will do what he must do. And I will sit here. Plunk. I will Graveyard. And I will Shambler. Now, mind you, he needs to, like, he really needs to heal here. Clinks! Okay, I'll just call you Clinks. I'll call you Clinks. I was gonna go with Mickey, but Clinks is better. Clinks is way better. Also puts me on that, like, copyright infringement thing, so I like it. I like it. I approve. We'll just hit for 5. You know, nothing too out of the ordinary here. I do say we want to. Actually, we're gonna Abyss Hoarder and we're gonna heal. Getting as much value out of this as possible. Cool. I actually have a lot of undead buffs this turn for this game to bring back, so I also need an undead or a shadow card, so I don't have one, so I can't even lay that card. It's fine. It's fine. It's perfect. Shatterflame. You do know you're dead, right? Cool. Maybe he just didn't have any more healing. I don't know. Maybe he blew his Boulder Feast. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But hey, this was the Umbron Undead version, and it didn't use a single Umbron to win. So I'm gonna go ahead and just